Welcome to another introductory video for Connectable.biz. This video will focus on showing members how to send leads to other members and how to record any participation with other members. So let's start with a general lead. A general lead is information that you have that may lead to business to more than one members in your group. It is general information. You're not necessarily sure who it's relevant to, but you do want to share the lead. So we're going to hit New General Lead. This is the General Leads page. From here, you can select a lead category. So the information that you have is relevant to construction, to human resources, to leaseholds, new businesses, staffing. Choose the best category that your information fits into, or you can always choose General. These categories are created and administered by your admin person. So these can be customized to the group and the language that they use or what they've been used to in the past. If your administrator chooses not to use lead categories, the drop-down menu will not appear and you won't have the option to select a lead category. The advantage to having lead categories is that if, for example, you are in the construction industry, you can filter all the leads by construction and just view the ones that are relevant to your market. So for this example, I'm going to say I know of a new business, and so I will give the information new law office open, for example, and I would give much more detail if this was a true lead. I'm going to hit add, and that will update my dashboard and all the dashboards of all the members. It then defaults to the view all screen, so I can see all the general leads that were given. Now keep in mind this is a test association. There are only 2 members in this group, so it's basically me doing all the actions. So you can see all the leads that were given. I do want to point out a couple things on the bottom of each lead. If you see a lead that is very relevant to you and you would like to follow up with it, if you click favorites, it will save it into your favorites tab. That way you can go back at a later time and follow up with the leads that are relevant. It just takes it off the lead feed and groups it so you can easily and quickly follow up with it. If you have a comment or question to the lead, you can click here. If you think that lead is inappropriate somehow, if you think it's perhaps libel or the person who sent the lead is speaking outside of their member classification, then you can report it. This will flag the administrator. They will look at the lead, see if they need to edit it, to delete it, or if they can just keep it on the feed as is. So it's a little self-policing tool. This tab, as I already explained, is all the ones you've labeled as favorites, and these are all the leads that you've created, and here is where you can filter by category or search for a specific word in the lead. And if you go back to the view all, if you want to see everything that's been sent in a certain category, you can select construction, for example, and you will see only the construction leads. So if we go back to the dashboard, you can see on the tile with leads that what I just entered has now been updated live on the lead feed. Now if I have an information that I would call a direct lead, which is information for one specific member that will lead to business for one specific member, I'm going to send a direct lead. It's very straightforward. You're going to select the company that lead is for. So in this case, we only have 2 members in this entire group. So we'll say Web Candy. James is the member. So I'm going to send a direct lead. I know someone who needs a new website. Again, add as much information as you can. I do want to point out that the direct leads are confidential. The content of this lead is only seen by, in this case, by James. It is not visible even to the administrator. It is recorded in the back end that you sent a direct lead, but the content of the lead is not visible to anyone, so they are confidential. I am going to send that lead to James. He will receive a notification. and we have a little Simpsons thing happening here. So these are all the leads I've sent, and they're all to James because he's the only other member in my networking group at this point. And I can also see all the leads that I've received, and James has not been very active. I have not received any leads, but these two tabs give you the option to see what you've sent and what you've received. So the next thing, if we go back to the dashboard again, this last blue button on the right is new participation. And as you can see from the hover text, a participation is defined as a thank you, a did business with, a testimonial, a visitation, or if you brought a guest. So these are actions that you do with your members that are not anything to do with leads, but you still want it recorded because these count in the statistics if your group is taking statistics. So we can choose what we want to do. So I'm going to just say I have a thank you. I'm going to select Web Candy. James did a great job on my website. You can put as much detail as you want and you can save it. That will appear, that thanks will appear on the thanks feed, and it will also give James a notification that I just thanked him. So here's a list of all the participation that's happened, and you can filter it. So if you just want to see one specific thing, you can filter it and look just at that. I think this is fairly self-explanatory, but I do want to point out one more thing. In the did business with, so if you do business with another member in your group, you select the company, you have the option to put in the transaction amount, the dollars that you spent with the other member. This is optional. You do not have to do it. Some groups, this was very important to, that they record the dollar value, the dollar value of business that happens between their members. So I'm going to say that that was $1,000. I did business with James. I spent $1,000. If I want, I can do a description of the website, or description of the business that you did, and you can hit save. So it was recorded that I did business with. In the background, the $1,000 will be added to the sort of anonymous tally that's happening so that the groups can see what kind of business the members are doing between each other. I'll save that. So if we go back to the dashboard on the did business with, you can see that I just did some business with James, and everybody else can also see that I did business with James on the dashboard. Okay, so I've shown you how to record your leads and interactions from the dashboard. I just want to point out one more thing. From this top bar, you can also do any of this from the activity drop down. So you can add your leads, general leads, you can add or view direct leads, and you can record any participation from here. So this is another option, another way to get to each of those pages and add the information. So that's how you add leads, and that's how you record any interaction with your members. Look for the next video for more information on how to use Connectable.